In this video I will make a simple frame that I need to install a ventilation window in one shed. I will finger joint all the pieces, and to avoid tear out I use some painter's tape. And let's see if I can keep these long pieces vertical in my finger joint jig. I hope my homemade fast clamp can hold them hard so they don't move. We could see in other videos how this finger joint jig works, so I won't talk too much about that. In the description you can find the link to the video where I show how I made this jig. Well, it is better to use the square to make sure they are vertical. Now the problem is that this bit is not long enough to cut all the thick of these strips. The cutting edge of this bit is shorter than the thick of the strip. There is not cutting edge here. This is the maximum this bit can cut. But now that I already have cut part of the holes, I can lift the bit to finish cutting the holes. So I lift the bit until it is slightly above the edge of the strip, and I root all the holes once again. I get rid of the painter's tape and I use a file to clean all the cuts. And this is how these joints look. Not very well centered, but because these joints will be hidden against the wall, it is not a problem. I put some glue in the holes. I join all the pieces. I make sure everything is square. I make sure the sides of the frame are parallel, and I make sure both diagonals measure the same. And I let the glue dry without clamping. I don't have clamps that long, and my clamping straps are not long enough neither. Once the glue is dry, I sand all the pieces so the joints are flush. Here we can see one joint before sanding, and here we can see one joint after sanding. Now I mark in this thin strip the inside length of this frame, and I cut it. And I make sure it fits against the stile. And now I have to cut another thin strip to put against the other stile. And I do the same with the rails. But in this case, the length of these thin strips goes from one of the strips I have against one stile to the other thin strip I have against the other stile. I drill guide holes I know this is a different piece, but I forgot to record while I was drilling the thin strips. And I insert headless nails in the guide holes. I let the tip of some nails protruding the other side. Now this is the frame I made, and this part will look inside the shed. I put it against the tabletop. And this is the window. Next week I'll show how I made it. I put some glue in that thin strip, in the face where I can see the tip of the nails. I put it on the window, but with the tip of the nails and the glue against the frame. I press it to insert the tip of the nails in the frame, and I insert the nails just a bit. I make sure the frame and the window are flush in the other side, and I do the same with all the thin strips. Now I turn it, and this side of the window should be flush with the frame. So now I can fully insert all the nails. And I can apply a couple of coats of wood protector. And finally I can install the window in this frame, but that will be next week, when I show how I made this simple window. Thanks for watching. If you think this video is useful, don't forget to like and share. You can find all my woodworking videos in my channel in YouTube. And if you like my videos, remember that you can subscribe to my channel.